Hey, what's up, good people? As you can see, we got the clothes right there coming in, and they're clapping. We pulled one out today. Markers are green. We got the NASDAQ is up, the S&P is up, and the Russell is up, the Dow is up. So we'll take it at closing bell, right? We had Nvidia that closed slightly lower than it was. It had really moved up after earnings. We're going to get into a few things right here, good people. We are in the last day of the Bitcoin conference. We got a lot to cover. So let me go right into what's happening here. There was a lot going on with the White House, the Fed. Let me just do that. I'm keeping it real. All right. The Fed, the White House, and all of that is affecting the stock market. We'll get right into what's going on with crypto and why it's doing exactly what I expected it to do. That's why I brought this to you guys on what happened before, right? So let's look and let's go to some of these reports. So good people, we can see here the S&P 500 rose after Nvidia's strong results, but gains were muted because of trade policy confusion. The markets are confused about these trade policies, all right? The markets are really confused because we'll just go down a lineage of things that happened literally over the last 24 hours. Yesterday, before closing bell, like 5 minutes before closing bell, White House issues, you can't be to certain companies, you can't sell chips to China, and that sent tech going down, and then it rebound right after closing, and then with Nvidia, it rolls things back up, right? And then we had, look at here, Federal Trade Court strikes down Trump's reciprocal tariffs, okay? And so that happened. The pre-markets bounce and they go back up now, right? So we're all green now, all right? Especially the companies that were affected by the tariffs, right? And so we could see here, right? We're not done yet, okay? You got to follow this video all the way through. A federal trade court struck down President Trump's worldwide reciprocal tariffs and ordered the administration to stop collecting them. All right. You could see a 3-judge panel of Court of International Trade said Trump exceeded any authority granted by the International Emergency Economic Power Act in imposing the imports levies. OK, so now what did the Trump team do? They turned around and filed an appeal and got the appeal. So now this has actually reversed. All right. So it's crazy how many things that is going on at the same time. Right. So then we have the Supreme Court signals Trump can't fire the Fed. The market likes that, good people, because we want to keep the Fed and the White House totally separate as it pertains to jurisdiction. Who has the right to do what? The Supreme Court on Thursday, that's today, said the relationship between the president and the Federal Reserve is different from that of other independent agencies, signaling that Chair Jerome Powell is legally protected from being removed by President Donald Trump. Okay, the market liked that. So now, hey, that's cool, whatever. So then what? Then the president asked the Fed to come to the White House. So now Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell meets with Trump at the White House. All of this affects everything. It affects the stock market. It affects your crypto. Be not deceived. It does affect it, okay? So let's read. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell met with President Trump at the White House on Thursday, today, all right, to discuss economic growth and other goals, the central bank said in its statement. You see here, the meeting with Donald Trump held at Mr. Trump's invitation comes after the president has repeatedly pressed Jerome Powell to lower the Fed's benchmark rate. And that's what he wanted. So they met and they discussed. They didn't discuss everything. There's some things that they probably can't discuss, but they had a meeting, and we will get further reports. I don't want to get buried into reading a lot of this. Jerome Powell, the next time you see him, trust me, he's going to get pressed on what was discussed, and we will have our ears opened. Okay, so now let's look at what's going on right now. Closing bell just happened. We had the Dow up like we just discussed, the S&P and the NASDAQ all green, the Russell, while we have the VIX down, though the VIX is a little high at 18.82. That's high for the VIX, okay? But it's not high enough for things to, be just tanking, all right? It's not a buy heavy. That's just not for me right there, okay? That's kind of like indecision. Now, let's talk about crypto and what's happening with Bitcoin while I'm here at the Bitcoin conference, okay? Look at this, good people. This is what we expected. If you follow me, we expected this, okay? We expected this. Now, let me go back, and I want you guys to follow this, right? For those of you that's following me really closely, you guys know we were prepared for this. We were absolutely prepared for this. Now, look at this. This was last year's Bitcoin conference. This was this year's Bitcoin conference. What did we learn? Things are not always the same, but they do rhyme. And boy, you talking about a rhyme. Look at this, right? And this is why you have to zoom out. Look at this time period. This was the Bitcoin conference of 2024, right here, okay? We could see right there, boom, right? So what happened? Leading up to the Bitcoin conference, Bitcoin ran up. And then what happened? The last day of the Bitcoin conference, actually pretty much when the Bitcoin started, what happened? It started, now I'm on a daily, Bitcoin started to sell back off, right? So it ran up, sold off. How much did it run up? Okay, right? So let's just go here, boom. And let's just go to the high here. So about 21% was the run up leading to, right? We got that, right? So now what happened after that? Sorry about that. What happened after that? That freaked a lot of people out. It's important for you to look at this. It actually pulled back another 20%. So all of the gains up about 20%, 21%, it actually gave it back. Now, if you zoom out, when in doubt, zoom out, okay? Now, here we are here, right? I'm not saying this is going to happen, but boy, does it rhyme. And this is exactly what I expected. What happened? The Bitcoin conference is right here. This is the first day of the Bitcoin conference right here. You can see that, right? So now, how much did it run up? Just for giggles. How much did it run up? 26% at the highs. Boom. So we had a big green candle, ran up 26%. And you guys know what I'm about to tell you, right? So we could have a pullback down to, it wouldn't surprise me. We can have a pullback down to around 94, 93. We can actually even pull back down to 87. But we can have a pullback back down to, let's call it 94, okay? We could have a pull back to 94. A lot of people will think the run is over. I don't think the run is over, but this is clearly what was expected, right? I showed you guys this before we came to the crypto conference, that this is one of the things that can happen, right? So now I want to zoom back and show you guys this, because I want to show you a fun video for those of you that are impatient. Remember, the stock market and crypto is a tool that is used to transfer wealth from the impatient to the patient. For the people that tapped out down here, the people that tapped out when it came down, right? If you just held, just be cool and held, even right now, you would be up 100% on Bitcoin. You guys see that? You would be up 100% on Bitcoin if you just held, if you just not look at the day-to-day ebbs and flows of crypto or Bitcoin, all right? I'm gonna put these glasses on because I'm right here in this light, all right? So what do I want to tell you on this? I'm gonna show you a fun video that we took on Stocks with Josh's page. We took this video. I climbed a wall. He showed it on his page, and I was kind of racing his son Judah, right? And I've been working out, good people. I got the gun show, all right? Now, this is not about me. I am feeling good, and all of us should work out. But think about this mentally. We need to work out our patience, and we need to have a plan. That's what I want my followers to know. Let me look you in the eye and tell you. You got to be steadfast. We got to work out. We got to have a plan. My plan is, and I challenge any one of you that are listening, give yourself 5 years with Bitcoin. I'm not talking about any other cryptocurrency, but you know Bitcoin goes up 100%. Guess what the altcoins and meme coins do, okay? So it's timing is everything. So what I'm telling you guys is just think about 1 year from now. More importantly, think about 5 years from now. Just 5 years. Most of you will still be here. I'm going to show you this quick video and end with this. And I want you to show you that I've been working out. And a lot of you would be shocked if I told you my age. But I feel like I took 20 years off, but it is constant. I have a trainer coming 3 days a week, and I make myself uncomfortable so I could prosper physically. But I want you guys to do this with your money. So I'm gonna show you this video that we took yesterday, and a couple of months ago, I probably would have went 3 pegs, but you'll see what happened in the end. So we're gonna have a little fun with it. You're gonna hear Josh, but I want you to think about your investments 4 to 5 years from now, whether it be crypto, stocks, or whatever, or ETFs. Think about your long trajectory, okay? I love you guys. Make sure you check out the links below, and we will go from there. Live, love, laugh, and
check
learn.
out a guy that you guys know, Mr. Jones.
Hey, climbing the wall. Building wealth is like climbing the wall. You don't start at the top, you gotta climb.
Here he goes in the suit. Let's capture the moment. That's my son, Judah, behind him. Let's see if they can get up this wall. I mean, Larry's pretty brave to attempt this in a suit. Look at him. I'm impressed. This is legit. Come on, guys. No way. Listen, it's not easy. It takes a thoughtful, careful step, one step at a time. You got to believe in yourself. You got to be willing to go on the journey. And you're going to have to put in some effort. I mean, I got to acknowledge that Mr. Jones hitting the top before my son, who is at least half his age. He did it. Let's go. Let's go. Stay safe. Stay safe. All right, brother. I got to be honest. Let's get Larry
In a suit.
In a suit.
Boom.
Judah hit the top. Larry.
Oh, I was looking for it. I was there.
Larry, how does it feel that Judah here, probably half your age, you beat him to the top?
That's it, baby. That's it. We got to show these young bucks who still got it.
Listen,
That's it.
we're having fun at the show, right?
I got something important to tell you.
Let's go.
I got a major wedgie.
This, you guys see? Uh-oh. All right. Listen, man, we're having fun right now. You know, so far, I'll be honest, nothing really new has come out of this Bitcoin conference.